A very pleasant good morning to you all, dear students. I hope all of you are doing great in these crucial times. During this pandemic situation, always it is better to stay home and stay safe. So far we have discussed in detail about what is environment, what are the main factors that are present in the environment, and how human activities are degrading the quality of environment in detail in the previous chapter, right? Yes. As a continuation to that particular chapter, in this today's topic, we are going to learn in detail about another important aspect related with environment, that is none other than natural resources. So, as per the CBSE guidelines, during this pandemic situation, some of the chapters related to biology were deleted. So, whatever lessons are there for this year's syllabus, already we have completed them in detail. I repeat, the first chapter is life processes, and the second one is how do organisms reproduce, third one is genetics, and the fourth one is our environment. So all those chapters are there for this year's syllabus. All of them we have completed successfully in detail. The last chapter which is there in the science textbook and it is related with biology, it is management of natural resources, is given for internal assessment. Are you getting my point? So the chapter which I am going to start today is not going to be tested in your final exam. It is only for your internal assessment, which means in that chapter you have to do a project or a PowerPoint presentation or anything else which can be tested by the teacher, not by the board. I think all of you are clear about what I am telling. So, to make you people to get ready to prepare a project or a PowerPoint presentation, today I am going to give a clarity or a clear explanation about the last chapter, that is management of natural resources. So let us start our next chapter, that is management of natural resources. Once again, tell me what is the name of the last chapter? Management of natural resources. So in 9th class, already you have learnt about what are natural resources, and as a part of that, you have already learnt in detail about air, water, biogeochemical cycles, soil, and how human activities are degrading the quality of air, the quality of water, and the quality of soil. So in this chapter, because learning about natural resources is that much important, in 10th class also we are going to learn something more about natural resources. So before going to enter into the exact topic, let us see what is the word meaning resource. What is the word meaning resource? Let me give you the definition of the word resource. Anything. Resource means anything that can satisfy, anything that can satisfy the human needs, anything that can satisfy the human needs in our environment or environment. Environment. I repeat, anything that can satisfy the human needs in our environment or environment is called as a resource. Anything, it may be a food item, or maybe it may be a machine, or it may be a road, or it may be a building, or it may be air, it may be water which is provided by the nature. So that particular thing which is present in our environment must satisfy our needs. We have to use that particular thing to satisfy our basic needs. Such a thing which is present in the environment and which is helpful to satisfy our needs is called as a resource. Are you getting my point? So I repeat the definition. Anything that can satisfy the human needs in our environment is known as a resource. So these resources are broadly categorized into two types. Resources are broadly categorized into how many types? Two types. Among them, the first one is natural resources. The first one is what? Natural resources. And the second group is called as man-made or artificial resources. The second group is called as man-made or artificial resources. So let me give you the definition for the word natural resources. The name itself, it is telling they are natural, which means provided by the nature, and they are satisfying our needs. So the resources which are provided by the nature and which are satisfying our needs are called as natural resources. Example: air, water, soil, minerals, etc. There are so many natural resources are available in the environment. Here I have given these examples. These are provided by the nature and they are satisfying our needs. So they are called as what? Natural resources. Come to the next category. What is it? Man-made or artificial resources. The name itself, it is telling that they are man-made, made by the man to fulfill his needs or to satisfy his needs. Man made some things in the environment. Such resources which are made by the man are called as man-made resources or artificial resources. Examples you can write here: buildings, roads, dams, etc. So these are all satisfying our needs, but they are made by the man. So such a group of resources which are made by man and satisfying our needs are called as man-made or artificial resources. So like this, resources in the environment are broadly categorized into two types. They are natural resources, and the second group is called as man-made or artificial resources. Here my question is, what is the name of the lesson? Management of natural resources. Here I am not going to talk about any man-made resources. Here we are going to learn in detail about how to manage natural resources. Because they are satisfying our needs, humans are greedy. Understood? Always by their indiscriminate usage, humans are exploiting the natural resources which are present in the environment. If it continues so, if this exploitation continues so, the next coming generations are going to face a huge problem due to the lack of these natural resources. So, there should be a system. There is a need of having a system to control the overusage of these natural resources. I think you may have seen in the television channels or in newspapers and how adversely people are, or how indiscriminately people are exploiting the natural resources. Recently, you may have come across with a famous politician. I didn't want to mention his name here. As he owned his property, he started to exploit the mines by over-digging them. In his house, the spoon which he used to eat, the commode which he uses for going toilet is also made of gold. Is it really necessary for a human being to use a gold spoon to feed? Is it really necessary for a human being to have a golden commode to use or to go for toilet? So what I mean to tell you here is, people are exploiting these natural resources for their own sake, for their own comfortability. So if it continues so, the next coming generations are going to have a very big problem due to the lack of these natural resources. So, there should be a controlling system over the usage of these natural resources and for their effective usage, which means management of natural resources, or we can also term it as sustainable management of natural resources. So, I would like to give you the definition for the word management of natural resources, which can be also termed as sustainable management of natural resources.